always say, everyone has a story, and some stories are told aloud, while other stories are kept secrets, and they are hidden deep inside of our hearts. Such stories, when told, they bring nothing but sadness to one's life. Today we have Thabiso, who has a sad story to share. She managed to keep her story a secret for 5 full years. Thabiso, welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much. Honored to be here.
On this story,
Emma.
the story that you say you managed to keep for 5 full years as a secret.
Emma. It's 10 years.
It's 10 years.
Emma.
Not just 5, but 10 full years.
Yes.
What sad story is that?
I was molested at 16, right after my Form 3 examinations.
That's when you were molested.
Emma.
Before that fateful day happened, what happened? What transpired prior to the day? What did prior to the day? Or maybe take me back to how
Okay, Emma, I'm from an extended family. I grew up around my uncles, my aunts, my mom and my grandmother, so with my siblings. Provided even in an extended family, you get to know about a lot of things from uncles, from aunts, open talks. If you learn a land to an yes, but in a motona, or you all have a situation a man was done a couple of gigs from Malape.
Or do you have a guy how it's on the or maybe or Garata Sabardozo or riding?
Kibua Helaka, would you having a boyfriend, having a girlfriend, sexual education, yes.
You know how the guy how similar when exposed to such information.
I'll say go small junior.
Okay.
Because at junior school you get to be taught about dignity, whatever sexual abuse and everything. So that you could do local school.
Oh, the first lesson with the local school about the relationship. Okay. Unonali boyfriend can only keep to hella hurry.
Theory to me. Happy to look at one or boy. Or is a boy per se. So confident and self-content that I knew what I want. And I stood up for that. So it was a very boyfriend, girlfriend, nigga speaking, niggas not by then niggas not he's already in game, but guess about to take a part.
Okay. But you said a bold statement, I was molested when 16 years old. Abom pellets at the Bilaha that day.
Okay, let's like that. It was Tata narrator who quality from there. You quite one of my friends by then, Nana Hobentley, never quality. So the uncle, yes, the uncle was late. Then she told us, yeah, then Friday we became which I actually did on a Friday. Then Saturday got attended people because but I know it was not going to be for me to rush after the burial. So we get a friend of mine still momently. It was a hell of an then my Sibahora work from Bunker meetings. It was a boyfriend, not boyfriend, but a boyfriend. Okay. There's a space in between. So yes. At
the age of 16.
My grandmother actually, because Nike le my mom. My mom got married. Kebala standard 5, yes. Then Ababu my stepdad to people. They couldn't move with us. And about one because of accommodation issues and financial issues. You can imagine getting to get married to someone who has 5 kids and taking all the kids at once. No, who knows that the halayam. What's a ribbon like about 2 bill? Babasta. Then Kesalale. I think Kinani Kiluana and Okolate by then. Or her mom to say because they were cousins. But the other kids never said about make. Never went in more. So tell you one thing, Friday one thing I my grandmother. But then I knew she was not gonna be home on a Saturday. I don't like it, but I know Corona. And growing up in a family is when I be able to get one thing. On your Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know that but to have I Papa give us whenever I make this and everything. So we take her for this. It's a million rules. When you read her at the back of my head, like you go back to get people. Nikki or have no garden can not have been game is any kind of can not have been work as a little no snow by there.
Bunny Barla Salivona. No, you're not on an idea what I hate. Halisana little second every time I have a lavage.
Kinegiloma right at home there was my brother on a lot of people in my dad. My old sisters, Baba and Tatella Lebon, never still people. So, how I know what in Ronalabana by then. My cousin, I remember, he will go play outside, come late, then we sleep. No, snubble, but I'm not sorry about one of the basic keys. You took it already to that later stage, you had more particular.
Okay. Well, and how Lela Mukua Homara Kitibega Pito, Milo and the eldest. Babani and Bacasalama, half of what's over it. Babani and Bacasalama.
No, that question was never asked. Hapakola pen really very weird, provided if you're not my sibling from my mother's side, cousin it's like you're on your own. I grew up in a setup in Zinia. You look on Pino, got from there might be your responsibility, but how bad they say.
Correlemole like Bello wine, Memuelum nuclear.
You can.
Yes,
you can say that. It was weird.
Yeah, no, how discipline stuff with a mail or a
yes, you can kill you know, for a man, really, it was not my problem.
Okay.
Yes.
Hadra Halang House and a Polisu.
Yakatan Polisu on a Friday, Mansibua, Gatenda Mera, King the Bello opposite, Gatenda the Bello Hella Single. Cow do it up on no Lalamont the Bello till morning, then they offered me a bathroom, get Habahoki, bathing, and then a better tender. People Hella Single. That we did. It's like I after people have a to then I with them my friend to a boyfriend. Not a boyfriend, but there's a space in between a boy and a friend. I'm going to repeat it. It was more like a face love in my lane, so it became my hella to spend the day. I did that on purpose. He's a because I knew I was not gonna find anyone gonna pay. Yes.
Takanya ditsala tsa gago yo go gone gona le leso ene ne ile wa tsana le ene sekolo
both ke ke tsana le bona mo classing ya one. The other one was my friend by then ile mo setsa yes go lo le leso te
go mo setsa
yes
ha ba go bona o le ngwana o le kana ka ngwana wa bone mo rutsi le phitho ga ba maka le gore bile utsi le phitho mo lala tebello gore ga ba ipotsela gore because bogologolo ne gona le
nyama never supported positions. They just appreciated my presence.
Before then.
Yes, but then you go before that. Yes.
Okay. Emma, what boyfriend?
Emma, then he took me back to Aldenite. And by the way, Aldenite when playing it's a walkable distances. Because I was doing it on a regular basis. I'll come from Alternate to Koto. So this guy accompanied me to Alternate. And that was mantsiboa tota letsatsi ne le phirimile. Yes, we got home. Itlhela was not because I begin to get little to get ba. And then we get like go tsaya halfway. Entse le nna gape.
Wa moledisana go boledisitse.
Wa kona mpoledisa nna ke mo boledisa. This is just how it happened. I came moledisa. And then all the night by then was dark. Was not deterred roads didn't think home there. So I just take boa. Or I can alone re heta basimane hela ba group banna ba ba le se ka basimane because ne le batho hela ba ba tona tota. Ba le hela at sport ele mo jara teng esa ga lo so ra heta hele le re tlhokomologa. Me le tsolo la mela le nthaile how bo don't use this route. And then I ignored my instincts like it's no niki khawana le and be ke ba gape ke boela la pe. And that's how I got to be dragged from Zeleni ke le mo gone to be raped by two men one halapel la pe. Ne le batho ba eleng gore ha ke ba itse gore o gola o ba itse mo motseng hela. Me so gore go go ba dumedisi kana ba itse gore ngwana go ka hela ya so this is how it happened.
Wa pering kana go yo.
Wait so go pe no itlhela go te. Sorry. Itlhela go te ha ba pere bokhutshwane wa attract batho ba go molest. I always feel the pain because the day I got raped in a very direct suit. Direct tele kalishisa liskipa and a jacket. Fully covered. My body was fully covered.
Go khagana le boyfriend go khakala go boka go na le go khakala boka from batho ba no le ba heta bana ba
go no go le segela gape in a township ka store mo tseleng ya street go no go le so ke khagana le this guy very long distance nyana passage ke re ene be ka kopana le bona batho ba bane re ba hitile go le fela
o ba o kopana le bona gona ha le ba hitileng teng.
Yes.
Ha le ya kwa bane ba le hisitse.
No, they were not even into us. Ba re tlhokomologile hela re heta
e be ba go bona o
ba mo bona ke heta ke le noise
o bo dire yang ka wa rona go boedisa a ke re ha o heta batho go mo ka dumedisa o no heta hela we
ke ne ke heta hela ka gore ke ba hitile go lantla ke sa buso ne ke sa ka se ke hiti ke dumedisa ke hitile lantla ke sa dumedisa tumi hela go golela mo ka se ke kgenya gore you do what you do go mind your own business go razmo to dumedisa mo to mo tsana mo na matselelo. I was just focusing on myself for like go la pe
wa rena ba le ka heborra
wa re ba le ne ba le teri to the hari ne ba hita sikis I should sing kare more of sport to should I say har boan I ke boa ke re no sai ne ba le teri. And then one guy about hey one nya ne be ke hita here I like se ke tshotso ga ba ganya jarta teng ba tla ta bori aba go ga ka jacket ke go not even a single person came to rescue me. Gape le tsela teng go sena batho ba le bantsi ba ba heta mo go yone ke go an phagela bona go ntlong ye ne ba le ha go yone. And he raped me using condoms ana le o mongwe a tsamaile
bana ba le 3 o go hlwa ke alo 1.
Yes,
ba le 2 ba kai one
ba ntse hela hatsi ke motho wa mpola not even a single person came to rescue me.
bona ba dira tsa ba se dira
Ba dira se ba se dira ba tlhokomologile o mo ne le sene ba se re like it's ha ne ba le relaxed together ne ba sa bone go le wrong of what that guy did. The other one na le mo le lenyana mo go bona ha ba tsama bo go sala the other two. The other one I got his face to this day. I remember him. Ebe atsama o mo ba le ba sala bandre pela mo ntlong ya la ile go hela go
o tsamayana a itse gore ditsala tsa
I itse gore ditsala tsa go titira without even saying a single word, not even to look at me gore he ngwana nya no o emeletse hela go a be la ka somebody e go tla le wa ni pe he raped me. Then aba ditsa wa mata
and then tsare
o le Brazil ha dirisa not even any o le Brazil hita wait gore it was a lie to me. about then he did his thing about bantlogela go e be ke ena la ka le
wa bobedi le nna dirisa di-condom
Emma
o ntse wa bua ka nako eo
ke ntse ke a bua ka nako at some point ebile ke hatsitse ke tlhobogile ke filela gore ga gona mosola go bua cause no one is coming provided ke go ile ke le kon ke go a ke le muntu no one is coming
ba tshubile dipone ka nako le
it was dark gape ne go sena motlakase ne le tsa bogologolo ka go sena bo motlakase go sena bo kerese ka se ba re ba le re ba hitilela kwa ntle ba le pele go edi
ha o lebella gore motho o na go boledisitse a go gorosa mo lapeng ya ra seno go gorosa mo lapeng wena bo ba o moledisa gape mme re ha o heta go bo bona batho ba o nna le letswalo batho bo tsamahela o bo ba ta o bua gape o le wana mo tsana le bese ha wa akanyela ga o bua akanya re go mo kwena o ka tswa contribute le sa ma gore o hele o nnile le mathata a mmele lona
I won't beat myself that much because I contributed. Provided I could have taken a different route, anything could still have happened. Get a shortcut. So some of those were to see the one two more one carry back a motor, one is a repeat about value two. So I gave a me passing there contributed to get back because a rapist is a rapist. Either with a mozzarella, handled intention to hold it, either a parabole, handled intention instead of what it did. So that's just what happened. It became a lakobas no batama galaxy. You know, sometimes you will think has also dragon been hamataga, but hamataga la has to trouble with no, get a bit satisfied. But then when it happens, your body freezes, everything stops. You don't think beyond what just happened. Or it's like a nightmare to you. So you won't believe it. I went home, deeply knowing what I'm going to say, when something happens to you, you don't respond like you know you should. So I wasn't in that right state of mind, I will say. And then I get all this the following day.
Ba go dirisitse ha ba hetsa go dirise ba go togela motho
ba tlogela motho mmele
o ne go le sa lebegele kwa ba nnante ne le bna ba tsile
ne le pe go lebega e ba eng he me gore ba eng ba itse mo go dira tengele ha ke itse le nna to this day
me ne le ntwe le beganyela e dirisiwa hela sante go nne batho ba nna mate
I won't say batho ne ba nna mate on a regular basis because ke ne ga hita teng gape go le motsagare still ha ke a bona motho
me go ne go na le malao
yes me hela ntwete ne le dusty hela nkgalero
ha o tsana go lapeng o itela mang
ha ke tsena go lapeng that night I ke itlela op but then ha ke se ke tlhapa my uncle got to come home about sa do lina la go lapeng sa do teng be ke re rekete wa tlhapa ke re ke a tlhapa ke a robala then that was it
ga o lile then
ke lidile ke la pile ke heditse la ha ke tlhapa yana I felt that I felt for I need to get rid of the order and everything in me ke tlhape hela ke nna school that was the only thing I sa kanetse yes
okay o thapile yet you knew gore no sa tshwana re go bothapile
yes
maloma go ke yo ga o molelele
yes I did
why
nale batho ba go lapeng to say ba re ka boletseng ha tla sa go we didn't have that relationship you know that trust between one and mother we never had those go ke plats mala beleleng gore you were on your own more like especially how my mama's not so ne se itse le gore ha ile gore ke tshwantse go confront my uncle about this ke mo tlotle ke simolla ha kae ke mo ra ke re ha go dimo ga mo hela ene ke sa batle batho ba itse because ne ke sa batle go label, you understand? Whereby khanyete be hela ya go police rumors in a township. So that's what happened. Well, we feel sorry for you. I didn't want that. I said, you know what? I didn't want to be labeled. I didn't want to be talked about. This is what happened. So exactly. So I kept quiet. I said, you know, let me just keep it to myself. Like, yes, that was it.
Guidance and counseling teachers.
By then, we get to the form there, you know, we get to the form there on a Friday. That thing happened on a Saturday, so I went back to school, get it. So, Ningas get was going to look for guidance and counseling teacher. Get to it form there.
How about that friend on your computer? Can I know now who will listen to you?
I didn't. It's not phone, so I didn't. But then I told him 2 years later. You can imagine. I told him 2 years later. Or after the incident, yes, then the following year, my parents, everybody went to KBC and now we can move. But I want to be smaller school go people. Me, I like a smaller school go people. I'm a totally different person. Then I go one a hell or Kaiki kids in getting police much and shipping of Hanazama, so when you get Zama. So I don't want to go people. I became one. One in essence, it was school, home, church, home, school, home, church, home. That was my life. Then, again, I had to go my parents, both was not waiting and said, and then my siblings go little pigs had clan all I pay. I participate like I knew a word before the incident. So, Gavin, the cancer thing, and all our view. You know the stories. I wasn't interested. Then 2 years, I'm back in GC again. I have to do my first day. I healed myself with everything in me. I used to write. I will scribble the plane and I will scribble some poems. So then I used that to get over everything that happened. I'll write myself some letters. Got everything that I felt I needed to hear. Then I'll write it down, then read it to myself again. That's as if you So that's how I survived. And keeping busy. My mom will say, hey, no, I needed to put my mind onto something. I'll come from school. I said like it's my elder sister from preschool. Can I get more picker? I said like I'll make sure I cook. On weekends I'll make sure I clean. But like I said, first home on a Sunday. Next Sunday I wanted to be done again. But I wanted to keep my mind off things. So yeah, 2 years got people from 5 like to Gaborone to do my first year. I got admitted to Cobalt. And then but before that I got to meet this guy and we want to take the relationship to another level because Lantana's relationship in the school.
The one you normally disturb.
Yes. Now we're in a relationship. Then I told him, well, before anything, can I say something? And then the whole incident, and this was the first person I told. Guess what? He didn't believe me. He didn't. He didn't believe me. He thought, God, I think I'm using that as an excuse. I guess what excuse I did to this day in a but after that day, this is what happened. This guy didn't believe me. He said, I'm lying. And then, keep to my line. You know what? Maybe it was better if I kept it to myself. Which I did.
After the person that
2 years I kept it. 2 years later, I'm telling this person, the first person who I thought would believe me. Relationship. She's not a virgin, provided and he is a virgin. He kept himself for me and I couldn't keep myself for him. Okay, wow, okay, no. That's how it got to be, and we broke things off when I had a whole small.
You were a virgin when you got understand?
Yes, I was.
You didn't know anything about the practical sex?
No, I didn't. I got to experience sex for the first time in a way that no one would ever wish for baka break their virginity. To a point they know worry. Even in Tisha, I consider myself a virgin. About to break a virginity. I'll narrate a story of my own. I'll make it sound so special, but it wasn't. Make it sound so real, horrible. I didn't want to be. I didn't want to say it the way it is. I will say it the way I wish it was. That's just how I share my virginity story and everything around girls, hababu. So yeah, it's just how it went.
Who did you mala then? Was it because Batubani received a condom? Do you think or a car no one about the condom who got to contribute to the one we didn't?
No, that had nothing to do with everything, because firstly, next on the right state of mind, I will say. For honey, let's see how school was no normal sexual abuse That's something that I will say. I'm going straight to the police because I know where the police station is. But surprisingly to myself, when that happened, I couldn't go there. I couldn't tell anyone. Because those guys, they used me halalo ebi basa bisi bebe kutsubasa mahos no but it just didn't happen. The following day then brush our phone. You know what, there's no one working police, so it's gonna be their word against mine.
Because the first thing that you thought of Kaponta
lives so hell of yes, that's what crossed my mind. I didn't know. Police. I didn't.
So boyfriend have a manager?
Yes, I didn't. I felt when it was too late for Boma Polisi, for but I felt I needed to talk to someone, which I never did before. So I thought maybe who could understand what I can do because on anything prior to the incident. Yes, but he didn't believe me. To this day. Our relationship didn't work out because of this. But yeah, it is what it is. I had to make peace with it at a later stage because to my surprise, he went ahead and dated someone who was my then best friend. It was more of a revenge. Imagine, can I make so stupid for you to revenge onto something so don't worry? I'm a victim here, and when I'm not playing a victim, you can't date someone who has had sex before. I didn't consent to the sexual act at first. I didn't. So I just had to let it be done.
So go move ne se khanya gago no move because batsadi na ba khona gore ba ka nna le lona.
Yes, go move ga ne se gore ke batla go move. Ke move tsela ke batsadi ba no. E go re no ba go re move mare you lo bo go ka go accommodate you and your siblings.
Ha mama ga ga santsa le go phiko wena o le kwano relationship in nza.
We were not talking on a daily basis because my mama is a housewife. So being a housewife, you have limited resources. So bo ga go le na next na phone ga go le tsa letla bua month and hela me ma dia actually three kana ona seng se no go le tlhokana le gore le se share provided most of the time it was mama ke tlhoka se so ne re se na relationship e ka lokalo because na sa ne go me being a teenager I didn't have a mama around till get me form 4
ne le sengile kwa bana ka bo di Christmas
near Christmas e be re ya go my grandma's place then. I'll go to my grandma's place then go bo mama.
Still lo gone ntse le mongwe le mongwe.
Yes.
Okay. Ya no go move go thusitse jang.
Go move I felt to me was more like a fresh start. You know I'm not going to pass through that house again. Ha ke bona lady senior. To me it was more of a relief. So I felt okay, let me just do it. Go people go different day. My first time in your good day, get on nothing, hella simple. So new environment nearly like a safer place for me to hear.
Go go thusitse gore go o movie. Ha nne batsadi ba sa re o movie do you think go ka bona ba khona go sela go amogela ya ha no tana ga gore o hete ka bona la ba le wase.
I doubt gore nka bo ke nile tota kana ke tshidile should I say because go mo ba go ntsitse go people kana ne ke lebetse sengwe le sengwe sa old and as much as the only incident that happened when ne go gona go ya ga go logala bebekle but go mo ba go thusitse tota ke ba toga it really helped because nka se ke tse pain ya go bona motho le khapetsa o hita la pa le khapetsa because I remember I was in the first day I came back. I was married. I was staying with my mother. Still, the very same people I left there. So one evening, I was going to the class to university. It's a 5 to 7. I get the Halamo Commerce Park. I met the guy. Looked at him, I get anything. No, that came to be hell by head. That's when I had my first breakdown after the incident. Kimwana yan due to the class 2 years late, the class pain in Chapel, everything became so new that it hurt again. Gillet class I didn't even take 30 minutes in class, took my bags and left. Went back home. And then by then, how we really feel I'm not over this issue. Because even then, I avoided la thing. Only hit a hell. Nearly stood out as a somewhere, find a way to get to whatever place I'm going. When I hit that happen like this. So seeing really happen, nearly on Santo Nick little papa here, it was painful.
But
Habu.
No,
it's a worse thing. I keep talking about a billion. Corgan to billion getting a brush of course, and expect maybe body language of someone who sees their victim. You understand? Like get alarm to go. Something.
Can I apologize?
So, yes, just to say something, oh no. I remember what happened, I remember what I did. Or let alone to say, I know what I did, I'm sorry, but that didn't happen. I'm a total stranger to him, but I wasn't.
So, o simolotse go kwala di poema tsone di kwala tseo e be ke tsone di nna di ra gore o itshile maikutlo.
That's what I did. Look, I keep busy, I will overwork myself. And I loved music so much that I slept with my headsets on.
O buile gore o ne o le a vibrant child. Mama go ha bona the difference.
I get the difference. Was it because it's my first time get my stepdad, so I was trying to be a good kid, but we never got to talk about why we changed it. Why are you quiet? Why are you doing things that you never did? Her best is because my mom never experienced abuse as a teenager. Was a last 11, 12. So for 4 months, 2, she never got to see me. Yes, Len and I input that daughter. So the version she got of a growing me is a totally version needed to get paid.
O wish go ka go changile eng hela mo situationeng ya gago.
After the incident or what?
O na le information ya gore sexual matters dintsana o itse di pros and cons. O na le information ya gore ha ke seno go dirisiwa ke sa consenta ke ka tsa tshwetso ka bolella batho ga wa dira jalo o bolella motho ke yo o dumela gore ke ena ka dumela yo ka itseng tota story sa go ba se tshela ka gore na le teng ka tsetse lone leo ga go dumele o wisha gore go ka change ya le case motho ha go through what you go through, especially mo batho ba ba bolela gore ba ba trust and to say go diregile yana jana. O wisha gore ke be your then friend a go twiste jang. O wisha gore mama go ka ba nna dirile ka rontsha sena lwena tshwantse re ga le kopana botsalana bone bo o wisha gore ka bana go irile comfortable jang gore o kgone o bulege o bolele gore mama kana how so this is what happened.
Tota hela I wish I could have reported it. Ha go diragala. Ke wish nka bo ke ile police street because I knew where the police is. But then my mind failed me. My mind froze that night. It froze that I couldn't think straight. I think that's what I experienced when experiencing trauma. That's what happens to me. I lose that ferret. And then my other wish was that the boyfriend nkawa asan crash that way. Hani bila tlhaloganya gore tota antumetse bona go ntumela. That's what I expected him to do. To believe what this happened to Tabis. Gore la hasa asan support mo go but to know gore someone believe what it actually happened is what I conclude gore I'm lying. And he made me feel worthless because he literally said I kept myself for you and you couldn't keep yourself for me. Like how degrading that statement is. You see. So with my mom, she grew up in a setup where weird because it was a mother-daughter relationship. She never got through to experience them. And then as Haranzal Walla, we are in your generation, we go to tell mama, what kind of mama you didn't think that's how you can relate, that's how you can ask questions. My mom got to be a better mom. As she got to be a better mom to my siblings, not me. Because I'm the one who got to tell her, you have to do this. You have to, yes, I had to teach her because I know last night relationship with mama provided in the in a strict family so how to disclose to so I have to teach her no can I do you have to see how you have to try to understand why is a teen child that behave and I'm going so I wish my mom now my mom there because then maybe I could have said something. But I didn't because she was totally different and clueless. Right now I'm going to teach her, no. But you see, Habaira and Mobiti, my little sisters, Habaira, that is how you approach this kind of things. So I told her what I wanted her to do then, that she can do now.
Okay, after the boyfriend, then Asa would do me.
No, I didn't tell anyone because I felt, what if it's going to be wayaka, you're not telling the truth. telling your current boyfriend, and then Abelena said to me, I feel about it. No, they don't understand that I'll still be happy so after being molested. I don't know why people say it's like you're losing grades in your kids. They like classifying as people who are, I don't know, quite something broken. We are not the whole you. Yes, so I didn't tell anyone. I kept it to myself.
To this day.
Yes. My boyfriend, he does. I go to tell him everything after a few years of dating. Tell him how I do things, how weird I am. It's because of 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he got to believe me, and then he said, I felt something was off with your behavior by then. Insecurities because I can see pain. How you get frustrated because you should know about sexual abuse like on by newsfeed. Bad thing on the other person, you feel how do you it really can happen. You know what I was said to you can be molested, you can be molested, you can stay home and not get drunk, but still you get raped. So how on that? Stop drinking, stop boiling into the but how about daylight? You can't say stop. What am I a rapist is a rapist. So this is how it is.
Did you get to tell your mom?
No.
Why?
No. Like, but what could have been happening? My siblings, the age gap here, I'm about give 2 years. You understand? The other one is 2 years. The other one is 4, and they are like my age group. I'm 26. The other one is 24. The other one is 22. The other one is 19. But to this day, to know, not even my mom. But I felt I lived through this pain alone. With time, I healed myself. I got better, and me telling them, to them it will be new, and it's gonna hurt them. And I give it to them. We are so sorry. You understand? I'd rather feel your pain rather than you feel mine. I don't want them to go through what I went. That for sure. And there was it number like how much you understand? I want everyone to have their opinion freely, then I critique them as someone overseeing whatever sexually offended. That I'm protecting them, honestly, and they don't know. Maybe when they watch this, they will know, but I don't want them to know.
Okay. So,
yes.
You still know Jarata thing or
yes, and right now that thing, it seems like every city there's a screen now. Then those houses are not there, but Jarata don't there.
So since I'm a little picture,
yeah, the old Jarata.
And the picture,
yes, yes.
Do you think it's late?
I don't know. You know what? I feel as much as it might not be late, it will be his word against mine, and I feel I'm in a better place. I'm in a better place to fight battles again. It's been 10 years. I'm 26, and you understand? I don't want to fight it, because fighting it, I'm going to report. It's my word against theirs. It's theory. So no, I'm not going to go through that.
But having gone through pain, if you had to relive to get molested again, with the knowledge that we have and all the do's that we could have done, o no ka dira jang differently?
If given a chance to do things differently, I will surely go to the police. Not tell anyone, but shoot straight to the police. Then never got the forensics test and everything.
You were still going to keep family aside or something?
Yes. Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I'm fond of my family. I love them so much. I love them so much that I don't want them to feel any pain. I will take everyone's pain, yes. I realize that I'm an empath with time. I would rather have your pain than you have mine. My siblings, my mom is one person who is sensitive. I'm the strongest person who will be. I wouldn't want them to. I swear. I wouldn't.
Okara ngwana mongwe yo diragaletsweng ke the same experience that you went through.
I will encourage them to talk about it. When you say things, you know, it's like you're offloading. You feel a bit lighter with time. And then they should know that when they look at themselves, when they look in the mirror, they're not what happened to them. I healed myself through my writing. I loved myself with everything. A few people know that I'm one confident person. I cannot give you a long class. I go to learn what I'm not a rape victim. I'm taboo. So what that, yes, can be my story, but it doesn't have anything to do with the person that I am right now. Mm-hmm. Yes, you should just rise above everything and be who you are destined to be. That's all I can say.
Hi, no man, you go to the home and I did you meet a high. Wait, what take you an introvert? Or was not one who couldn't move up Okawana. And no, it's a total mail. It's a give information if it be the home make a wing power really more.
Honestly, Hobua putting out, but can you get it? One of us, as an individual, only one who knows you with everything. Creating the how, oh, easy. But how an introvert, Oscar pusher just everyone out because that's what I did. And with the reasons, then again, it's only but you wish I had that one person I could trust. Just one person.
Do you think the knowledge that you received to go to school you could twist it alone somehow?
The knowledge, I received it so well. I was a good student, still am. But I do dirahal when your body freezes. Everything that you have been taught. So the information could have been useful if I made use of it. Mm-hmm. But to me also still it's important. Just that I couldn't use it myself.
You just froze and forgot everything.
Yes. That's what I did.
How is your typical day now?
I'm okay. I have my days. You know when you get raped, you don't wake up and forget everything. Such stories will come, yes. You feel it, you'll relate. But I'll say I'm in a better place. I really am in a better place right now.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Le mo ikutetse kwa lapeng so le haloko gore le setse malaetsa gore so tsa mama go sone kana go le mo go sone se go le bothoko ga se phelelo ya lehatsi. We are rise above and we say despite the hardship that you go through, go beyond the limit and rise above your situation. Thank you so much for watching.